What's going on, guys? Today we're going to try a little different setup, see how this works out. We got the phone hooked up to our pod system, or our podcast stuff that we're trying to get off the ground and get going, but that's a whole different channel. But hopefully this goes well. If not, we're going to have to redo this. So today we picked up the M&P just M&P 22 compact. We went to one of our local ranges and they had this gun on the try before you buy, a little rental cabinet, and we shot it, was amazed by it, cycled flawlessly. Of course, now we had federal ammo that we were running through it, so we haven't done our due diligence and tried to run through all different types of ammo through this one yet. So we're going to give us a little bit. We've made a couple of big purchases this week, so we're going to get our funds back up, and then we're going to go out and do an ammo run and pick up a couple of boxes, 50 round boxes, just all different types of 22, and see if anything hangs this gun up or if there's anything that this one just favors more than anything else. But we're going to do basically an unboxing. So this is the M&P 22 compact, and of course, like all firearms, we're going to make sure the magazine is empty and check the chamber. Nothing is in there. Locked slide, everything. So alright, let's get everything out of the box first. So here's the gun, and that's going to be right there. I tell you what, let's make it look kind of cute. Mind the mess that I have over here. Oh, there we go. Let's try that. So it said on the sheet one mag, so we was thinking we were going to buy an extra mag, but it actually comes with two mags. So you get the bag it comes with. These worthless little. What is this even for? I mean, are you supposed to lock your bicycle up when you're toting your gun? I mean, what is that? Nobody has time for that crap. You got your. Oh, I think this is to adjust the trigger. Not the triggers. The sights. So you maybe it's a little. We might have to read the book on that. Might be the only time y'all ever see me read the manual. But anyway, comes with two magazines, two 10-round magazines. Little Allen wrench. Of course, your chamber empty indicator. And all your paperwork, So your manual, which I'm going to have to end up reading that later. Your California firearm warning. Well, we don't live in California, so yeet. And the most important piece of paper you'll have to fill out, your warranty card. So y'all do fill out your warranties. If y'all don't do that, that's shame on you. This is really helpful to fill out and send in. I think we have a collection of these worthless things, don't we? Mm-hmm. Trying to add another one to the collection of worthless drawer. Get rid of that for now. Bag. And the most awesomest thing ever in the whole wide world is get a nice little shot of that. Because down with German and down with Germany. America. Because we've learned our lesson with German firearms. And yeah. So, cool little thing about this, there's 1,000 videos out there on this gun, I'm sure. This is not suppressor ready, but you can get the adapter to put the suppressor on this gun. So, like right now, you have this locked down tight. It's flush. So, if you get the adapter, what it does is it now kicks this out to here where you can attach a suppressor to it if you want to later on or whatever you want to do. Um, so it's basically set up like the Easy. Ambidextrous safety either side. The slide, release, slash lock, whatever. You want to start a gun debate on a website, just tell them that, hey, you're not supposed to use this, or you're supposed to use this when you reload. That is the fastest way to start a debate slash argument in war online. I don't really care if you're a diehard, I rack it and let it go, and that's the only way I do it, or if I'm a slide lock release person, whatever, I don't really care. Your preference, not mine. I have my preference. Everybody else has their preference as well. It does have a mag safety. It will not pull the trigger until you have a mag in. So that's a safety feature. It also has the ambidextrous safety on it, so you can't pull the trigger either. Still, so it does have. Let's see if I can get it to come apart. And this was one of the selling points right here. Captured spring. Wow, Walther, you might want to take a note there, bud, and realize how you're supposed to do guns. That simple, came with it, didn't have to do no haggling, no faggling, no nothing. Just comes with it. Like it's supposed to, Walther. Now, let's see if I can get it in the damn grooves. Like so. I'll lock it back in its position. Oh. Alright, so this is the only thing I've noticed on it. It has to be dang near perfectly flat to re-engage everything like so. Lock. Fires. Empty works. But other than that, it's a super fun little gun. You can adjust for windage. You can adjust it the side on it if it's a little left or right when you shoot it. Obviously, not every gun out the box is perfectly 100% dead on. Some are, and others are not. So you have to work with it. It does have the little 3-slot Picatinny rail, just like the Walther does. But however, unlike the Walther, it actually works better. Shots fired anywhere? In case y'all haven't figured it out, that Walther has put an extreme sour taste in our mouth to the point where we will, we would rather throw it at somebody to defend ourselves against our life and liberty than to have to justify that we actually shot somebody with that worthless piece of trash. And funny enough, when we actually bought this one, we had somebody else that did not fan of the Walther firearms and all the jamming issues that they had and everything else, and they actually had one of these that was the earlier model and they loved it. And so this is actually the Mrs. gun. This is not my gun, but like all the guns, I had to go through it, check it, slot it, take all the shipping oil off of it, clean it real good, put my non-sponsored Lucas heavy duty oil, make sure we get that not sponsored, I need to put a clause in there, we're not sponsored by them. Anyway, I'm really not sponsored by them, guys. It is some great oil. I love the Lucas heavy duty green oil, and it's phenomenal in the AR. Anything that has to cycle a tremendous amount of times, it's amazing oil. Anyway, I'm sure there's 100 people out there that are going to tell me, "Oh, the heck with Lucas, you need XYZ." Well, if you want to send me a bottle, I'll be more than happy to try out y'all stuff. Until then, I'm going to keep using what I know and what I've been using and what works for me. So, to each is their own on any way of everything. But Next video y'all see, this was just we always forget to do the unboxing videos. We always just want to get out there and do the fun part of the shooting, and but luckily we already got that in today at the shooting range. Super nice shooting range. If anybody is in or near the Livonia area, we're not sponsored by these people at all either. Go to Guns and Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Guns and Gear. Thursday night is ladies' night. You just have to buy the ammo and the target, and from 4 to 7 is free every Thursday, ladies' night. And ammo is just whatever it is that you're shooting, a box, however many boxes you need. Targets are the target price. I think the targets were fairly cheap.
They were $1.
They were $1. And what was it for the 22 we shot?
To rent it was $10.
To rent was $10 for the gun, and
the ammo was like $5.50 for 50 rounds.
Yeah, so like $5.50 for the 22 rounds. It was Federal we was running, so it wasn't too expensive. So yeah, ladies' night, they do a membership thing. You pick which one you want. There's a $229 one, a $179 one, and a
$20 a day.
Or $20 a day. But there was also any first responders. It was $149.99. Something like that. First responders, you get a discount. Obviously, fire, for law enforcement, EMS, military, stuff like that. Anybody that's obviously anybody that served and is at a gun store is probably going to get a discount. But first responders also got a discount as well, so that was really nice. It was $30, $33 for you to shoot. $37
for me.
For you. With my discount, it was 20 something, 27. So that was $10 savings. Recommend it. It's an indoor range. Really nice. They even have air conditioning that blows down right behind you. I know a lot of places don't have something that's that nice, and after a few targets or a couple of 50-round boxes, depending on what you're shooting, or just 1-round box, if you're shooting 9, it gets a little warm standing there in that box, and no airflow, and you're inside, and you got all the heat from the guns going off and everything. If you got a full line, it gets, body heat and everybody else, it gets a little warm in there. So it was really nice that they had air conditioning that blew down right behind you, and they also have that return fan on the back side. They do make you fill out a waiver form. It's all online. It's on their servers. You either create an account or you save an account, but every time you have to fill this out. And every time you come into their range, I think, but definitely because we were new shooters to them. Of course, we had to watch a little 6-minute safety video of common sense. Basically what it was. It was a little boring of 6 minutes of our lives, but it was good. We got more range time than most people, but if you're a brand new person to shooting, then it's a really nice option. It's a really great sit down, hey, don't do nothing like this kind of stupid. It's a very go over general safety stuff, it's not bad for definitely new shooters. I'll put it like that. If you're a fairly experienced shooter, you kind of want to start poking your eye out about halfway through. But it's one perk that they did say, if you are a member and the lane is full, but you're coming in because you have unlimited access to the range, of course also during business hours, that if there's a non-member on the lane, that they will kick them off, so because you have priority over it because you are a member. So that was a cool little bonus. Kind of sucks for anybody that just paid for a lane and literally just got set up, but XYZ, I guess. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Nice staff, friendly people, fairly knowledgeable. And if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're a lady that's coming in on ladies' night and you need a little assistant, they actually do go out on the range with you and help you out. There was a lady that was getting finished up and coming out when we were getting ready to go in, and they were talking about how she was improving from the first to the end. And the most common response that I hear from all female shooters is, at least female first time shooters, is that first shot and those first several shots of, you can tell that they're just either really nervous or nervous and scared, and that they don't know what's going to happen when they pull the trigger. I mean, obviously they know this gun is going to go off, but it's that psychological part of when it does actually fire, and that loud boom and the recoil, depending on what you're shooting. Which is why I personally like to start with something like this. A little 22 that doesn't have very much kick. It's not super loud. It's not really scary. And this one, the good thing about this one is that this has a lot of the exact same features as its bigger brother in the 380 auto or the 9mm, or even in some in the 40 caliber guns that they have. But definitely all the same features on the 9 Easy. Except for the way the rear sight's set up. The front sight's right, but the rear sight is a little bit different, and that's probably just because this is a 22. But other than that, all the takedown action is the same. Of course, the slider release is the same. The mag release is the same. The trigger style is the same, but this trigger's a little bit more. You got a little bit more of a wall to take up. You got a little bit more slop in there before it hits the wall. But the safeties is the same. So I would, even if you start them off on a 22 revolver, just something that's 22, something that's fairly simple and easy. And if you want to move them into the semi-auto world, then something like this is more than fine. And to get them, a little less nervous and work their skill up, and then step them up to, a 380 auto, or also known as 380 ACP, depending on who you talk to. Would be the next step up. And then if you want to go to the next one up from the 380, basically the 380 and the 9 is pretty much the same, a little bit more powder in the 9. And then if you want to step to like a 38 special, and then if you want to jump, if they can handle a 38 special pretty well, I would let them sneak in one 357 to see how they like it. Most of the time, they're only going to shoot one, and then they're going to be like, I don't know about that. But they will shoot the 40 with no problem, and oh, that's better. And you're thinking in your head, yeah, I guess. It's fatter cartridge. Okay, whatever. I think there is technically, if you break down the grains, we're not getting into that, but I think if you break the grains down, there's less grain powder in the 40 than the 357 because of the case length. So obviously more case, more powder, more boom, more. So we'll get into that if y'all really want to, but not now. And then move them up if they're comfortable with a 40, move them up to a 45. I've seen plenty of females shoot 45 ACP. It depends on what frame of gun that 45 ACP is in, and whether it's going to be controllable or not for the lady. Also, their hands, if they got big hands, little hands. But anyway, you can move them all the way up to a 50 Desert Eagle if you wanted to. It's just, or even more than that. I've seen there's a YouTuber, his mom shot Smith & Wesson 500. So you can move up the chain and the ladder as far as you want to go, or you can stay in the basement. It's up to you as your comfort level. So, but females, if you know somebody and you want to get into them, or if you want to get into them yourself, pick you up this little guy right here. It's under $500. It comes with 2 10-round magazines. It's super easy to use. It's not hard to take apart. I think after a couple more times of me taking it apart, my camera lady's probably going to know how to do it herself. And don't, she's going to be a strong, independent white woman again, and she ain't going to need no man. So, I always got to throw a little comedy in when you work with firearms. That's always brilliant. And so I would say pick you up one of these. Obviously we're not sponsored by Smith & Wesson, but we do have enough Smith & Wesson stuff around this house that we should be. Got a lot of other stuff around this house that we should be sponsored by than we're not. I'm not sponsored by DAP either, but yet I use the piss out of their caulking. So, just say it's a wall over there. The camera woman's looking around like, what the shit is DAP? I know this dude ain't about to dab on the internet. No, we won't. I will not be dabbing on the internet because it is not pretty.
Just do it.
I'm not dabbing.
Once.
No. It's not pretty. All the teenagers out there just lost their minds. No, you dab!
You're an old man.
Let's see, I got something for them on that. But I really hope that played through on the freaking phone. Yep. That was for the dab there. So, I always get a little. I get a little laughter at the end of the dab because it's pretty funny. If this worked out great as far as audio quality, because every time we would do a video, I would always feel like I had to yell at the camera to get my voice captured onto it. So we're going to try this one. If this works, this is how we're going to keep trying to do it from now on, especially when we sit down here at the gun table for gun talk. I think that's what we're going to start calling this, is the gun table for gun talk, or just gun talk, or what. I don't know what we're going to call this yet, but we're definitely going to call it something. So if y'all see a new segment that pops up, you're going to know what we decided to call it, because it's being new on the channel. But until then, we're going to actually go and take this apart, and we're going to clean it, oil it. If that's something y'all want to see us do a little bit of, is cleaning guns or taking them apart, we'll hook up the GoPro and we'll start getting some extra feed and footage for the new people, or if you want an in-depth tutorial on something, be more than happy to leave a comment, and I'll try to check them as soon as I can. I do work a normal 9-to-5 job. I'm not sponsored enough on YouTube to only have videos as my job. YouTube. Or if I was sponsored enough by all the stuff that I carry, I would probably not have to work a day either. So either way, I actually have a 9-to-5 job. So I try to get to the comments as soon as I can, as best I can. But if y'all have something y'all have a question about, want to know about, or want us to go deeper into, just leave a comment. And like always, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. It helps us grow. And that's what we're trying to do, is just kind of, we're starting out super small. So if y'all could help us grow, that'd be great. But like always, till next time, y'all stay safe, keep shooting. Have fun out there.